Hey, it's Andrew Huang, and I'm super pumped because Sunlux asked me and 3 other artists to do the official remixes of their new single, Want You to Love.
I just want you to love.
So this is going to be a special edition of 4 producers, not flipping the same sample, but remixing the same stems.
Want you to love.
My guests this episode are Swarvy, Shigeto, and Kaitlyn Aurelia Smith. And you're also going to be seeing the 3 members of Sunlux hearing these remixes for the first time. Let's get into it.
You can't hear like you should.
So here's how I made my remix. First thing I do is I comb through all the stems. There's a spot with like an organ chop. So I dropped it into the simpler in Ableton. I was trying to find something that felt good. Let me play it with the rest of the elements. The strings, I love the sound of these. What I feel like that gives the song is, other than just the nice texture, is kind of like punctuating the beat in certain areas, so you can kind of give it more of a structure. Kept these. There it goes with the drums later. Another piece that I was really into was some of these vocal chops. I'm a big fan of this guy right here. I used that as kind of a turnaround for the loop that I ended up coming up with in the middle of the song. And then also this guy. So after I was messing with the loops and the textures, I was left with this. And this chop ended up being really simple, but it was the last one I came up with that I liked. And then I layered that with this 606 kick. So I was like, I kind of felt it was kind of moody. I like that. So here's what I was left with at that point. So I knew I needed drums. I was programming different drums and trying different things, and none of them were hitting for me. So I was like, let me just sit down at the drum kit, see what I come up with. This was one of the first ideas that I came up with. If you're not familiar with the Ableton drum bus, you should use it. It's a very low CPU multiprocessor. Here, looks like I was sweeping it around to try to tune to the kick that I had, so I ended up at 66.3, which is pretty accurate because I generally like my kicks bumping at 65 hertz. This is a plugin real quick that my friend Omari put me on, and it's kind of like a tape emulator. This isn't a big deal on this track right here. It's just a little bit of extra saturation. This, though, this is my boy right here, the SSL channel. You can use this in mono or stereo, and when it comes to additive EQ for a digital plugin, this is fire. My drum mics were kind of dull, so I'm actually boosting 16 kilohertz and above, about 6 decibels. It's kind of a lot. I like the crispiness that added to the drums because they really were lacking in that. This plugin right here, this is a free plugin called the Rough Rider, particularly the Rough Rider 1. They have a 2, I don't know if they have a 3, but I only like the way the 1 sounds. It's a kind of a hard to use, weird compressor, but it sounds awesome for parallel compression on drums. And then I love spring reverb, so I routed the mic for the rim shot to a spring reverb. And let me just put those all together so you can hear what that sounds like.
Cause your mind is too good. You can't hear like you should.
When I add that acapella in, I had to tune it in a different key than the original is. To transition into the outro, I kind of took the rest of the acapella and then reversed it. But yeah, that's basically how I made my remix.
I just want you to care.
Picking up the tempo.
I just want you to love.
Really cool spatial utilization.
Love the bass line.
Your mind is too good.
Sexy.
You can't hear like you should.
It feels very supportive of the vocalist.
Great groove.
I like how it's taking from the original feel of the track, this kind of hip-hop thing going.
Love these drums. It's got some serious, sneaky pocket vibes.
Nice pocket.
Bump the tempo up a good amount. That's fun.
I love that crispy hat.
Oh man, this has such a nice bounce to it, and the way he's phrasing with the drums, so lyrical.
I love how minimal it is. Just pick a good feel, stick with it.
The This is giving like villain music vibes.
Doesn't feel like I thought that it would. Yeah, the money is no good. It won't do what
It's a wild like reharm on it.
Head nodder.
Oh, this is nice. Is it gonna be a total switch up?
I like the left to right panning with the sound effects.
It's like an acid bath. The whole thing just.
Oh my god.
Whoa. You made that sound like a choir.
That was awesome. Such a great feel to it.
Oh man, that was dope.
I love it. It's like sexy and sad at the same time.
Hello, my name is Kaitlyn Aurelia Smith, and I'm a synthesis producer and composer, and I'm based in Portugal, and I wanted to walk you through my process. So I like to record a lot of my music on hardware, and then I bring it into my DAW and organize it and arrange it, but tend to do all the processing out of the computer and then use the computer for arranging. For this song, I used a Buchla 200E, a Roland Polysynth, Arturia Mini Freak, a Moog Mini Modular, Buchla Music Easel, an Artemis Synth, and a Mono Poly. That's my track. Hope you like it.
Okay, Kaitlyn. Okay.
Whoa.
Oh, the chops on the vocals.
What?
It's like I'm playing Candy Crush or something.
There's like a different instrument every couple bars.
Very dope. Love how like the original is completely lost right now.
It's like Prince, synths, and Aphex breakbeats.
Crazy vocal chops.
It's so uplifting.
Wow, I love what she did with this.
Lush pads, lush chords.
Oh,
That change. This is just so fresh and teeming with new ideas.
It's so cool how like things shift so quickly, but it has absolute cohesion.
I love how she's using the original vocal, like I just want you to love me line, as a way to float over all this like Technicolor kind of active madness that's happening.
I just want you to
Cool.
Come on.
Really like mutated into the original for a bit there.
This is this is crazy. This is crazy. I love it.
Riding the rainbow. Oh, excuse me.
This bass note. There we go.
love this vocal line she added.
Very dope.
Wow.
I love how maximalist it is. It's a really cool contrast with the Swarvy one.
I don't understand how this is working, but it's working.
We've arrived, and it's so sweet.
Oh yeah.
Wow, what a journey. Love that.
Oh, damn, what a cool remix.
Oh man, come on. Legendary. Kaitlyn Aurelia Smith. That was a beautiful remix.
Shigeto here. Let's get to it. First off, me being a drummer myself, had to chop up some Ian percussion. I wanted to just smash it with some compression, pulverizer, percussion, cut that up. When I was listening to the track, this kind of breakdown really stuck out to me. I took that part, looped that up, had some strings with it, then some other little tiny things going on, using the echo, little tape echo effect. Then I was like, yo, I really hear my boy Tim on this, Tim Shella. I like to use gear these days because it limits me rather than kind of getting carried away. So for this one, I was using this jam, I was using the Korg Volca here. I was using the Strymon Timeline with the kind of lo-fi filter delay effect on it, which gave it this nice kind of swing. Tim and I, jammed out on that, and I cut that up. I'm also a big fan of little tiny bits of vocal chops to use in a percussive way. And took some more like key moments where like both lyrically and melodically kind of, I don't know, just stuck out to me. Brought back that initial main loop that I had sampled from the breakdown to kind of fill it out. Yeah, had a great time working, doing it.
Let's go.
Really good classic drum sounds. Love the breath percussion.
I love how he chopped up all the vocals.
All these perks are so good.
I just want you to love me.
I like that bass line.
The sauce is strong here.
So dope how he's making use of different time scales and different registers.
Come on with these bass moves.
This is beautiful. I love this.
Cool.
Ooh, it's getting ceremonial.
This is a fun one.
This is such a cool recontextualization of these elements.
Wow.
Really want to hear this on a big sound system.
Shakers are real nice.
Oh my goodness. That was beautiful.
Wow, they got so much out of these stems.
That was sweet. I just want that playing at a block party.
Nice, Shigeto.
That could have been like a disco record that someone would sample or something.
That was so beautiful and funky and meditative.
I just just want you to care.
So for my remix, I thought there were so many different directions that I could go, and so what I did to kind of jog inspiration was go through my grab bag folder, which is just like a place where I put stuff that I've recorded that I think is cool but doesn't have a particular home yet. One of the first things I found was this drum loop that I'd made. I don't know how many years I had this loop sitting around, but it was so perfect with the vocals.
Tell me what you want.
Just some atmospheric synths with that and these glitches. I don't even remember how I made these. I think this was like some Ableton beat repeat stuff with some effects. And then I'm further processing it with Transit 2, doing some envelope follower stuff, OTT and EQ. For the pre-choruses, I changed the key of the vocals because Sunlux's original song has a key change there, and I wanted my remix to all be in one key. It just felt better for how it was gonna flow. And I reharmonized the pre-choruses. I found this cool kind of like diminished feeling progression. So it's a few layers of Slate and Nash landforms, just adding those nice orchestral textures, and then one Serum doing kind of a breathy pad. Got some sketch cassette on there. I've also got this little ARP sitting on top of it, and this is another thing that I pulled out of my grab bag that just fits so perfectly here. This is just from a random modular session I did with the shuttle system. Maybe I'll talk about a couple things I kept from the original. I didn't use most of it because I really wanted to like recontextualize this track and make it an interesting kind of new version. But besides the vocals, there were a couple things I kept. This one little string swell. And I think other than that, I just kept a few parts of Sunlux's drums because there's this great shuffle that they have. But throughout, I'm also layering this with a lot of my own stuff. I found a cool loop on Splice and just grabbed the snares off of it. And then I'm using this new fave Crush Percussion, just a really nicely recorded sample library of all different kinds of drums. Here's the stuff I programmed. For parts of the track, I use this plugin Evoke from Minimal Audio, which is like a vocal resynthesizer, but I just put it on almost everything in the track. Like, other than the strings that I mentioned before and this swell track that I'll talk about later, the whole track occasionally goes through Evoke, and it's just like dirtying things up for a moment, so check this out. So not using the plugin the way it's supposed to be used, it's supposed to be just on voices, but like the entire track almost going through it, just getting distorted in weird ways, and then you hear right at the end, it has this little bit of percussion. So I resampled that, bit of EQ, just a fun little drum part. Off the top, I open the remix with this awesome wail that Ryan does. So I got a bit of tremolo increasing on that original. Tremolo. Spectral resonator to just add like weirdness. And then ASAP spectral clipping kind of crushes it. Just something to grow into that beat coming in. Got some reverse reverbs happening in the background. Though a lot of the swelly stuff you hear in the track is actually this track. I played the whole track through a bunch of guitar pedals. I've got them housed in this custom device that I made a video on before, but it's just some guitar pedals. Just made this absolute soup out of the full track. And then I'm using Transit, just automating this macro knob so that you don't actually hear this throughout most of the track, except for these parts where I have it coming up and, you know, we're getting some distortion growing on it, some change in tone. It just creates great transitional moments in the track. For bass throughout the track, I'm using a UAD Anthem and a Vital as the sub. And then on my outro, I have a total change up with this Rhodes vibe. This is Arteria's Stage 73 plugin, but I put it through some kind of like pitch shifting and delay. I don't remember what I did. It might have been a guitar pedal too. You can just hear that like octave jump up in the wet signal. And that I felt like was just a nice vibe to kind of end the song on something chiller. And I think that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoy.
Okay. What?
Yes.
Dope intro right off the bat.
Oh, I love the slow melody in the background. It's haunting.
I love how he took this in such a dark direction. Really sick.
Again, on the reharmonization.
Oh man, I love this darker treatment.
Come on!
Oh, that's dirty.
I really like this one.
The drums are massive.
Dang, bro. Ah, this is hard.
Yeah, I love these chords.
So contaminated.
There's like a whole incredible narrative feeling to this.
I just want you to love. I just want you to care. I just want you to love me.
Oh man, this goes hard.
Like you say,
Oh, there's the fun too.
like you do.
High contrast.
Tell me what you want.
Andrew, get out of here.
Just tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. Tell me how to put back the blood that I bought. Tell me do I tie or untie this knot?
Crazy vocal processing.
Man, if I wasn't using my phone to film, I'd be texting you right now, Andrew.
I love what Andrew's done with
Oh, I felt it.
Wow, he enhanced the vocals in a really incredible way.
Oh man, this one's like a journey.
Also feeling all the little micro glitches and stuff in the background.
The bass is very smooth throughout this whole track. I like where the bass is at.
Bro. Wow, nice one.
such a dope remix. I love how he casted the song in like different emotional light.
Just masterful. Great work, Andrew. Damn.
All the remixes and the original track are linked in the description if you want to check them out. Thank you to Sunlux for making this such a fun project, and thank you for watching. See you next time.